The following video has been approved by the JD marketing team. It is rated JD for intense use of the word damn and many beaver-related puns. This video may not be suitable for all beavers. Good morning and g'day, mate. Welcome to Timberborn with me, JD. So, today's episode, we're going to try and fix up the children district. But first, a few things. First off, the Great Toothy Lock is bone dry. Absolutely bone dry, which means the extra pumps worked well. It also means that we pumped out everything. So you know all that wheat that we planted right up against the lock so it would never be dry? Well, yeah. At the same time, the main district has built a couple of tanks. Just turns out that they are, where is it? Way too far from the district center. And I don't really think I can do anything to fix that. There's just not enough room to get a second path from here down here that would be more direct to fix these up. So for right now, we're just going to leave it, ignore it. Yeah, I don't have a solution. Even if I came out here and went down there, I'd end up in this exact same situation I'm in currently. So yeah, we probably just can't access those ever. At the same time, we need to, in the main district, set up another distribution post, because this has got 10 out of 10 routes. This is shipping important things everywhere, so we need to mark resource for demolition, remove all of that, to put in another distribution post right here. On to the next district, the Sacrifice District. Sacrifice District is doing well. We have undermarked this area to be planted with trees. Unplant the trees. Well, just chop the trees down eventually over time. And we're going to put wheat in there. But that does mean that we need to get a grist mill up and running. So we're going to whack 2 grist mills all the way out here. Also going to obviously hook in the drive shaft. We have still not finished the carousel because it requires metal blocks. So we need to do something about metal blocks this episode. At the same time, storage, we're about 5, 6, 7 warehouses short. So, whoop, there. So we're just going to add a few more warehouses. I will finish pathing on all these, I think, between episodes. Like, they're the easy ones. We can do those. As for the higher ones, it's going to require... down, down. Into there... up. Too high. 1 high. Okay, that gets you to there. That gets you to there. We put a stair there. We put a stair there. Okay. That's the warehousing done for that district. Same time, they have also sucked their lock dry as well. I am actually considering about making the locks bigger, because this was like a 27-ish day dam. We have 28-day dams. Well, droughts. At the same time, the, which district is this? Overexpansion district. Overexpansion district is also doing the exact same. They're putting in some wheat, because, well, we've sort of worked out that we've maxed out our food in all our districts. So we're just planting in some wheat. We're just waiting for the trees to naturally grow up and be harvested. I do need to get another beehive down in this corner, but hopefully this is enough to solve all our problems. No, I'm going to need a farm. Oh, that's right. We're going to put another farm up here. Yeah, that should be everything to solve all our problems. At the same time, I do want to, in this particular district, finally experiment with suspension bridge 3x1, please. I would like to put a bridge there. And... okay, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So that tile there, 1, 2, which means I should be able to put a bridge in there. And then 3 is going to be too big. A 1-by bridge? You know, after I built that scarecrow there and everything. I think we're getting rid of that scarecrow. We're putting in a 2-by bridge and a platform. And that should let the beavers walk from housing directly across to water, saving us some trips at least. But the overexpansion district is doing a great job. They are building out the industrial block for the children. The children they've got food up and running. They have wheat up and running. They don't have a working grist mill yet because we have the drivetrain coming in here. And then there's a small problem. There's a small problem with the drivetrain, and that's mainly down to, well, explosive factories require metal. Printing presses require metal. The carousel over here requires metal. The smelter and the wood workshops don't require metal, so they've been built. But we have power coming in here, and then paused buildings obviously don't transfer power. So, the children need to start doing something about creating some power along here. So we're going to put in just a couple of wheels, not that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one, yep. Drivetrain. There, and then one that would go in there. Back to power. We want a straight shaft all the way along, and I also want to, yes, you go around, perfect. I want to put in one of those there, and I want to experiment with, good, we can put a windmill in. So we're going to put a windmill here. Alright, so it's going to be stage 1, but that does mean, one, that path has to go away, that path has to go away, so we can hook the drivetrain in there, and the drivetrain in there. I'm going to have to make power, shove it into this grist mill to run the smelters to actually get some metal. The catch is, the metal's in this district, not in this district. So, I do believe you have 415 metal, which we are no longer going to ship into the children. We're going to ship over here instead. We're going to ship over scrap metal. 415 should give me 200 metal blocks. I need 30, 60, 90, 120... 150? So that should be enough to get that built. So, as for the rest of the Children District, I have had to pop a second hole in the dam, which is slowly draining out. We are pumping that, filling up tanks pretty quickly, actually. The Children District has sort of got their act together. They are sort of building as fast as possible. We're also letting their population boom. And they haven't even filled their houses yet, or have they? 162... No, they still should have plenty of room left. But I honestly think we're going to need more housing. We haven't got that far yet, but I have paused the Flames of Progress, because I actually think I'm going to have to rip the top layer off this and take it up another possibly 3 levels. Oh, the other thing I want to do is be a benevolent beaver owner and cut their workday down to just 17 hours. 17-hour workday. Yeah, 16 is the default, because the devs have added another update where beavers that are exhausted now have an exhausted symbol, and you can see that when they're exhausted, they just sleep wherever they wish to sleep. Sleep is going up. Okay, alright, so with that done and that done, we need to do a few things in this district. First off, I want to, well, get rid of these explosives and these explosives. And I'm pretty sure if I knock out those, and I knock out those, the beavers can access the last of the explosives. At the same time, I want to detonate that row, because I want to look at water wheels today. Now, water wheels have had a lot of fundamental changes, and unfortunately, we're playing with the Folktails, and honestly, with the couple of changes that have gone through, I'd actually be preferring to play with the Iron Teeth right now, but I already played with the Iron Teeth previously, and I felt they weren't fleshed out. I feel like they're a little bit better fleshed out now. So, first thing I'm going to do, build up some levees, okay? And do I connect that? Yes. Let's connect that into there. Alright, next thing we're going to do is power. Power wheel. No, power wheel. Water wheel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Why can't I build there? Oh, because you don't have anything to sit on. Oh, that would explain it. Levy. Okay. Power. No, water wheel. We want to go there, there, and there. After... Is there going to be enough room? Yes, that should be enough room. Okay, after we get the water to there, we need to build in a levee across the back. And my plan is to remove that block. Yep. My plan is we might have to knock out some of this corner of this island. My plan is to make the water turn around and flow through a second lot of water wheels, which... Levees? Yeah, it's going to have to be levees rather than platforms. Now, I have no idea if this is going to work. Honestly, no idea whatsoever. There was a way to manipulate the water running into a water wheel to speed it up to get more... Actually, we might try it anyway. We might try it. Okay, can I just get... remove you. Okay. What we're going to do, I do have to levy off the front of this because we do not want water to come in this way. We want to force the water down our path. I'm going to put in a levee there. No, actually... Yeah, okay. Put in a levee there and then put in a water wheel behind it. So the idea being that if I force 2 tiles worth of water through a 1 tile gap, it should make this wheel spin faster because it's sped up the flow of the water passing over the water wheel. And the way that wheels are changed is you get horsepower per... I'm guessing it's cubic meters per second. There is water. There is the stream gauge, which now measures the depth and the flow of water. So maybe we should grab one of these. I don't want it that low. Okay, we're going to actually remove you, because water coming up underneath you doesn't actually help us. That's 3 tiles. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to put in a gauge in here and power a water wheel in there. And then we'll see what happens. Now, again, as always, there's a bunch of construction that has to happen. It's going to take the beavers a minute to get this done. And some of this construction is going to be very awkward for them to get done. But I'm sure they will work it out. We need a path all the way down there to get that done. We need you to be detonated and you to be detonated. And luckily it only requires logs, which we have some logs, but not a lot of logs. So, yeah. Alright, speaking of logs and other things, I also need... can we up the priority on... that, please? Smelter. Unpause. Needs power. Yep. No unemployed beavers. Yeah, we'll get to those problems one at a time. Okay, one thing I do need to do in here is I need to get... we have a wood workshop, but I'm going to need a tapper shack. A tapper shack to collect, well, to collect sap. So we're going to put one of those here. And right beside it, I'm going to plant a forester. And then literally in this area, I'm going to be planting nothing. Nothing. Except pine. And it's pine we're not going to cut down. Look, we can plant at least to there. I'm now worried that there might not be enough pine. My other option is we could put a wood workshop, a tapper shack down here, And it means some of this maple I'd have to cancel and put in pine instead, because I just don't want the hassle of having to deal with the wrong resource. We might do that as well. Okay, plant trees, all of that. Can I cancel that real quick? Where were we? We want wood, tapper shack. So I need to come out one more tile. And then mark resources. Just rip up everything. It's quicker. Rip out all the maple because obviously nobody's over here cutting it. And we're going to pause you. Yeah, I sort of want that one planted, or that one built. So we're not going to pause you. Alright, so that's going to be our plan. No recipe selected, which is a bakery. No, it's a grist mill. And who else is the other one? And it's that grist mill. Okay, no power. Oh, because this is not built. Damn. Okay, so I need to sort out the metal for this district. Alright, so we have some things to do. We also have a drought. We also have you just running on food reserves, which is good because you have a fair bit of it, with all your wheat not existing. And, yeah, it's fine. So we do have both our smelters up and running. We are, in theory, producing metal blocks, but as fast as we produce a metal block, they're probably going to disappear into some building. How many metal blocks do we have here? We have one. So, because I need to, well, technically we've taken the drivetrain around the outside now. We hooked the drivetrain from these wheels into the main drivetrain, and also just plugged it into the side of this. So I think the immediate answer is we're just going to path over the top of this. And we can come back later and remove this after we've got sort of everything else organized. It also means it's going to be time for some more power wheels because, well, we have exhausted beavers laying down having a nap. So we should probably build a wheel on top of them. That way, rather than having nap time, they can have production time. Because it's all about that production. Another row of wheels, we can access this side so we can get them built without a problem. We've also put down a power shaft intersection so we get plugged into the network. I am also future planning and making sure I can put in the windmills, getting a path into the, oh no, we just rolled down the path there. Are putting in windmills. They do require more gears. More gears are always great, and also more planks. Two things that we don't really have in most of the districts. Even though this has the ability to make its own planks and its own gears, and it's doing a great job, we're just burning through them as fast as we're making them. And we haven't even got to the big one, which is the mine. The mine has had the cost altered and the research like 3 times already, but it's still 250 logs, 200 treated planks, and 350 gears. That'd be a lot of gears. Okay, the drought has ended. We have, well, normally, if habit is to show us anything, we have 6 days. 6 days to refill our locks as much as possible. Pump up every bit of water we can possibly find. Oh, there we go. Pump up every bit of water we can possibly find. That one's running. That one's got water at the bottom of it, so I'd say that's running. And our aqueduct is flowing as well. So we've got 3 days to pump up all the water, refill all the tanks as best as we possibly can before, you know, everything dries out for the 5th time, 6th time, 7th time, 83rd time. At the same time, this river should, oh wow, that is a lot to fill up. Okay, so it's going to take a lot to get the flow of the river restarted. After it, that's not too bad down. After it fills up, we should hopefully get this infrastructure in and done. And we should be able to test to see if forcing the water past a block, a singular block, in front of the levee, actually speeds up the water flow or not. I'm curious. It should do. It used to. But then I read one of the patch notes that said they fixed an exploit that did exactly this. So now I'm really curious. First things first, we should probably come back and deal with this problem that I've, forgotten about, where we were just blowing up that level of the plateau. Yeah, so we could have more usable terrain. probably would be a good idea to plant some food back here, considering that's what we're short on. At the same time, a whole bunch more explosives need to get placed on the new top of the plateau. So that should fix that problem. At the same time, we have the Sacrifice districts. Their lock is fully loaded. A toothy lock is getting there. Getting there. At the moment, we're running on the bottom row of pumps, and they seem to have some decent productivity. Oh, and we got this up and running. Can I labor? Distribution post. I built it too big. Lumberjack flag back there. And we'll just fill in everything behind you with maple again. Okay, so we've got that up and running. And the other thing we've got up and running is we have actual water flow. But we're producing 18 horsepower. And 12 horsepower. And a water current of 0.3. Yup. Not to mention, it took 4 days. It took 4 days for the river to backflow high enough that we actually got the blocks all the way down here filled all the way up. So I don't think this idea of making a whole row of water wheels, because that was the plan, make a row of water wheels and then actually drop the water down and make another row of water wheels and get the water out. I don't think that's going to work. So we're going to have to go with an alternative plan. Now, I do somewhat like parts of this plan, but we're going to have to modify things slightly. I think we're going to keep... the left-hand side. Because honestly, there's nothing wrong with the left-hand side. I could put in some water wheels. I could not put in some water wheels. That's perfectly fine. I do want to shunt the water this way first, rather than letting it drain out. I think we're going to build a separate... We're going to use some explosives to build a separate run out for the water. I do want to put a dynamite in there. And then I think what we're going to do is we're going to go water wheel, water wheel, water wheel. And they're on the ground floor, so they're going to need some scaffolding to get their power. One of them, one of them, one of them. And how to get the power out. Or how to hook into... You are not hooked into the grand drivetrain. I want to hook you into the grand drivetrain. Okay, we're going to gear you up above the path. We're going to hook you... higher. Okay. 2 by 3 by power there and there. That is 1 tile too many. Cool. That makes my life slightly easier. Alright, landscaping. Not landscaping. I'm going to bring that into there, and then we'll bring that into there. We will hook power into that building, and I'll put across there as well. And that's what we'll do. We'll take it off this drivetrain, bring it up, shove it into the triple lodge at this side, which does have a drive shaft, which will take it into this side of the lodge as well. At the same time, plug it into large warehouses, which shouldn't be too much of an issue, because if I get a couple more buildings here, they'll connect. Once they'll connect, they'll put the power into the warehouses at the same time. But it does mean all the way down here, if I remove you and I put in a triple plus one of them, power, another quadruple. This is all planning because I'll probably need scaffolding to get all this done. We should be able to go up, up. One of them. Do I need these stairs? I don't think I do. So we should be able to go to there, then to there. I probably need those stairs to get all that built. Yes. Okay, hang on. Let's go. Alright, they can build all that from underneath. They can reach infinite reach down, so we can build that one, that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one. So I just need to bring it into the building. Alright, that'll hook up these wheels. It does mean 66 and 66. Even though we use the levee to speed up the water. Really hard to see. But speed up the water through this one tile. It's not enough. 69, 70. They are getting faster. What's our flow rate? 0.9. What does this say? 90 horsepower per one or per CMS. Yeah. We're getting there ever so slowly. But I think, yeah, our answer will be we'll just build a row across the bottom. Nice and simply. We'll do a whole lot of drivetrain to get it up here. Do I want to build this on levees? I might end up changing these over to levees. Just in case the water is running this way. If it's a set of levees, we should be able to force the water back this way before doing another U-turn. Yes. Oh, there's a drought coming. 5 days! I had 5 days worth of water. Wow. Alright, so we have busy little beavers building lots of things. We've almost connected a drive shaft to have at least this water wheel plugged in. As we can see, our water speed is up to 2.5, which means this one's doing 200 odd horsepower. This one, even with the tile there to speed up the flow. So if we look at this, we can definitely see the flow here is much faster than there. Is not being no extra beaver power. So what we're going to do is we're going to remove that and remove that, which should change the flow. Yeah, it's slower now. You might have actually... Oh, no. No. The water is getting faster. 250. Damn. Okay, so water wheels. We're just going to cover this whole area with water wheels. I'm now thinking... I'm sort of glad I didn't just cancel everything. I'm actually thinking this might work. It might not work the way I wanted it to work, but it may work nonetheless. So we're going to put in a giant drivetrain all the way along here. I'll get to this one eventually. Until the beavers have most of the walls in, it's sort of a... Yeah, it's sort of a mess. We're about to flood those pumps. Water-wise, we're doing great. Food-wise, we're doing less than great. Mainly because we've planted wheat. Cancel planting. That's going to be my only option. We've planted wheat, but we haven't started actually processing the wheat because I haven't swapped this over to be part of their district yet. We are finishing off this explosive factory. And then, unfortunately, we still have 2 more after that. Yeah, 2 more printing presses. After printing presses are done as well, I think that's the point. I can definitely enable, put in some district gates along here and swap this all over being part of this district. But the biggest problem is going to be, 1, food. Food is going to be an issue. 2, it's going to be population because, like, we're close to max. And, like, I can drop off 32 builders, that's not a problem after we get all the building tasks done. Don't forget we still need to put in a lot more pumps, a lot more tanks, just a lot more everything. So I think what we actually need to do is we need to raise the roof here and add in more housing. Which is sort of unfortunate because I'm going to rip up the monuments. And... well, stuck beavers. Maybe I didn't quite think this through. Alright, when we've built another 2 layers on top, then we can finally put back our rooftop terraces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. At the same time, they're going to need all their paths. And then my problem I had earlier where we just couldn't get in all our bonuses. I think I have an answer. That goes there, that goes there, that goes there, and nope. That's a 3 by. Okay, so bonuses. We want decorations. I want roofs. So if I put a roof there and a roof there, that's gonna buff all the houses. At the same time, shrubs. I need a shrub there, shrub there, shrub there, shrub there. Scarecrow here and a scarecrow there. But that does not give me any of the monument bonuses. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually remove that shrub and build that up, and no. That up. Come to this side and basically do the exact same. Bring that up, and up. And then monuments. Then I'll put a labourer monument all the way up here and a flame of progress all the way up there. Yeah, we have flooded things. Okay, we need to turn on these pumps. And we haven't started draining yet. That's probably not the best place to have a nap, but sure. Okay, so that's going to be the new plan. Build things way up. Priorities, high priority, everything in the middle. Pause that one and that one. We'll pause the monuments for now. But yeah, a whole lot more scaffolding. That's another, what, 9, 18, 30, no. 6, 50 more beavers. That might not be enough. It still might not be enough. Okay, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a shot because we need to man all these buildings, which is 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 35, possibly 45 beavers just on this task. Oh, plus the lumberjacks at the front. Yeah. We might have a beaver problem. At the same time, we should probably just start knocking out some of these explosives so we can get in some more water pumps, because we're probably going to need more water pumps in the not too distant future. We need to knock out that terrain as well. We also need tanks, like a lot of tanks. Yeah, like Children District's doing okay apart from the whole food situation still. And technically lumber. We could do with a lumber source. Actually... There, because that is marked as chopping. Alright, so the builders are very, very busy building up. Just up. All the way up. Meanwhile, we're down to 9 metal. You two are going pretty flat out, actually. As for this district and our elusive bridge, turns out these are not reachable. So I need to remove that, and then I'm pretty sure if I build this crap. One way. Actually, I wouldn't need that, would I? No. Which sort of almost defeats the purpose of half the construction that we've done. But, in theory, if we can build this, which it looks like there is already a beaver hard at work, there is, and then the one on top, and then the bridge, we can then build this platform and then this bridge. Yes. We have set up more farms. We have set up a lot of wheat here, which should fix the food problem in this district. The biggest problem I have is so much beaver labor is held up over here that I'm not confident that they can actually survive the drought. They don't have a lot stored up in the way of water. They do have a lock, but of course the lock stopped filling, so it's only what's water's in the lock, which is evaporating as we speak. So I'm a little bit concerned about this district. Just a tiny bit. But, you know, we could always repopulate it, but I prefer not to. Alright, more booms, and more dynamite. We're slowly digging our way down. Very, very slowly. Max priority. Another row all the way in with another max priority. We are down to... It's built. It is built. Okay. Now that that's built, we are going to separate the districts. So if I can click on that path, we're going to remove that path. We're going to put in... the game has it completely blocked up. There we go. Put in a district gate there. At the same time, I'm going to remove that one. Suddenly, nothing in here is connected to a path. We're going to unpause you, and you. And then in this mess somewhere, right here, that's one connection. That's two connections. And that's the third connection. So now everything in here should be now connected to this district. District Center, Explosive Factory 4, Farmhouse, Forester, Gear Workshop. Yeah, everything in here is now connected to over here. Which means I need, well, I need morning to happen. And I need population. A lot of population. It does mean we can now start making our own planks and gears and explosives and all sorts of fun things, but I need population first. Technically, do we need this anymore? No, that's all built. So let's start with removing that. Pause of wheels. Okay, with all the wheels paused, we have 11 unemployed beavers. First off, we need to get the wheat processing, so we're going to turn on those 4. Also means I can finally turn on the bakeries. Also means wheat. We can plant all that area in wheat again. Oh, there's some lag. So I still have 5 unemployed beavers. Your treated plains. I do have some pine resin, so we're going to unpause that. We can also unpause that building, get it built. We'll get you done as well. 1 beaver left over. I guess an explosive factory. And then whilst technically we don't have enough available beavers to run our water pumps, should the water level ever drop. Alright, so we've got our path in on this district, and I'm really hoping to see all the beavers. That looks like a fair number of beavers run across our bridge. Which sort of makes me wish I'd put it in a long time ago. Okay, now that we've emptied out a whole bunch of beavers from this district, and we can actually put them back to work doing, you know, other things like anything in their own district, not taking care of a brand new district. We can unpause 8 unemployed. Just you, it seems. Although I do not need 40, 50 builders anymore. So let's get rid of you. Because building-wise, you guys don't have any more mega projects. No, you guys are pretty much done. Now, you will make your own planks and you will make your own gears. And you have wheat. And you have flour occasionally. And you're making bread. So what I might do in this particular district is throw in a whole bunch of scaffolding all the way along there. Also, yeah, fill up a whole pile of scaffolding, grab the decon tool, grab a path and remove all those paths. And those paths. And finally, those paths. And then, good old water tanks. 4 water tanks across there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10's all we're going to fit. That should keep that district busy for quite some time. We do have 7 unemployed beavers, which is enough to kick in this row of pumps, but probably not the next row underneath. But we do have 13 children that will level up eventually. Food-wise, I think we're done. Second grist mill would be nice. I could put that right there. Up the priority on that. Okay. And as for this district, 9 are unemployed, even though we've turned on a lot of this. Not all of it, but a lot of it. No wood in stock. So there's very little point in me turning on anything else just yet. Lumberjack. Yeah. And I needed 2 lumberjacks up there as well. Okay, hopefully that improves our wood supply. Side note, we're at 218 of 270, so we do have room, a good amount of room for expansion to get more beavers so we can turn more of this on. And we are still building this furiously. The lower stuff is up priority. They're using good old unlimited reach to get down there. We do need to... need to think of how to do this. Okay, how we're going to do this is we're going to put in 2 levees there. And then explosives there to there. And there. Yeah, that's how we'll do it. That's how we're going to path out. Can we prioritize that at maximum priority? Not the one on the end. Yeah, because I want to plan all this out and get it built before we run into a situation where the drought ends, the river turns back on, and everything ends up flooding. Because that's bad and slightly embarrassing. Alright, still blowing up some of the cliffside, bit by bit by bit. Sorry, explosives are cheap. Actually, we just want that. And that. I didn't actually have to block the rest of that. That's a shame. And a waste. It's alright, we'll just put in some more scaffolding. It'll be fine. We will up the priority on those. They're already built to full depth. We're occasionally getting some platforms built across here. We have our tank island up and running. You guys are ready to go. And with that done, I could put a platform in here, which we're going to up the priority on. We've finished our wheels, even though they're all underwater. And I actually have 2 plans, okay? I have 2 plans which we're going to operate at the same time. So, when the river first starts reflowing, we're going to be able to open this floodgate and run liquid in this way. which means at the other end here, I need to be able to open this floodgate and have the water flow out. Step number 1. Step number 2 is once the water is high enough to actually run over and through these wheels, which are doing nothing. It's still not bad, let's be honest. They're running during a drought. I have no idea where the water's coming from, but it's coming from somewhere. What will happen is I can close this floodgate, obviously, and also close this floodgate buried back here as well, and then we should be fine. Should be fine. We just need to get these explosives done. Get these explosives done, and then once they're done, I can let water out either end. Yes, that's the plan. Oh, and of course I still have water wheels up here that need to be built. 26. Yeah, we're having a timber delivery problem. As in, there is none of it. It's fine. Eventually we will catch up. Okay, so with some potato planted, with a couple of windmills thrown in, still some building to get done. The water wheels all look to be built. Yeah, they all look to be built. We've put in our magic floodgates that will hopefully let me manipulate the water. I actually have no idea whether that's going to work. We'll have to find out, like, you know, when the drought goes away. We also have the district center, which has 63 children, which should 33 unemployed. Well, obviously a bunch of them just leveled up. Cool. With that done, we should have steady beaver power. But it is definitely time for me to call this episode here and probably save and reload the game for the second time this episode, because you can see down the bottom right hand corner, there we go, I'm at 30 FPS because that's what the speed the game runs at, and 15 UPS. It means that even at single game speed that the game cannot keep up with running things at real time, and triple speed is half that. So the game is struggling and having issues, and therefore I want to call this episode here. But the one thing I do want to do is I want to put a lighter in right here, because this particular district can actually unpause that and unpause that. Do we have planks? About 384 planks. Yeah, we can instant build that almost. So we're going to have a lighter. We're also going to build in both monuments, and in the very next episode, we're going to play with a mine, which needs 350 gears. I have 218. That's not too bad, actually. We're going to play with a mine. We're going to start getting some metal up and running, which should mean we should be able to unlock and play with some of the other interesting items in the game. Come on, Lido, build. Build. Deliver me 30 planks. We've already confirmed I have 30 planks in stock. 24, 27, 30. And boom, you're in existence. Needs deeper water to function? What? Oh. Oh, it's not it needs deeper water. It's too shallow, GD. Too much water has evaporated. Lido? Alright, fine game. Alright, I'm gonna call it here. I'm gonna have to build a second Lido. With some scaffolding to get down to it. You ruined my ending, game. You ruined my ending. Leisure. Lido. There. Okay. Alright. So be it, game. Alright, well. With that scrub out of the way, I'm going to call it here. Oh, that's not built yet. Probably probably doesn't matter right this second as everything's flooded. But yeah, we're going to call it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Do hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you guys in the next episode where we start playing with actually pulling metal out of the ground.